Hello Curious! Without a doubt, one of the most horrifying things for a parent to even imagine would be if their child got kidnapped. It is hard to imagine what you would do in such a situation, especially if a lot of time has gone by without any signs of what could have happened to the child. However, not all cases like this end up bad, and despite people at times losing hope, the child is found alive. That is exactly what happened to Paislee Shultis, who had gone missing back in 2019. While many of her loved ones never gave up hope, when the news was made public, they, and anyone who followed her case, was able to breathe a sigh of relief. While the circumstances of it were horrifying and could potentially lead to long-lasting trauma for the 6-year-old child, the story had ended on a positive note. But what exactly happened to Paislee? How did she go missing? Who are the people that kidnapped her? And just how was she found in an unusual hiding spot? Stay with us until the very end to find out exactly what happened. Though before we move on, don't forget to turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest video. It has been reported that many law enforcement dread work cases that revolve around children, especially if they include a child being missing, kidnapped or hurt. According to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, it is estimated that around 460,000 children are reported missing each year, and as per Child Find of America, that gathers statistics on such things, a lot of kidnappings are family or parental abductions, which is when a family member takes or keeps a child in violation of the custodial parent/guardian's legitimate rights. It has been estimated that 78% of abductors are the non-custodial parent. Out of them, 66% were taken by a male relative, and 24% of the abductions lasted between 1 week and a month. The main causes for such have been listed as disagreements with the court custody agreement, anger with a breakup or a new relationship, or due to having been denied visitation rights. The other kind of kidnappings that occurred the most were non-family or stereotypical kidnappings. To explain those a little bit more, a non-family abduction occurs when someone who is not a relative abducts or detains a child without lawful authority or parental permission, with the intention to keep the child permanently. As for the stereotypical kidnapping, it occurs when a stranger or slight acquaintance transports a child 50 miles or more from home and either ends their life, holds the child for ransom, or intends to keep the child permanently. And the last missing children statistic is with regards to runaways. However, according to the site, 99% of those cases the kid returns home. For many people, hearing these statistics or reasons for kidnapping, it is enough to put them on edge and want to check on their own child. But for now, let us focus on today's story and find out what happened that made the little girl go missing. The world first heard about Paislee in 2019. The girl, who at the time was aged 4, was reported missing on July 13th that year from Cayuga Heights, a village on the outskirts of Ithaca. As Police Chief Joseph Sinagra told people at the time, her biological parents, Kimberly Cooper and Kirk Shultis Jr., had lost custody of Paislee and her older sister, and another legal guardian, allegedly someone from the family, was granted custody of the girl. When she went missing, authorities had commented on the fact that they believed that they were the ones who had taken her. But was that the case? At the time, the media were all over the case, wanting to help out in any ways they could. Press conferences were held, the news was made public, and an Amber Alert was issued. Despite searches, there was no sign of Paislee anywhere until early 2022. It turned out that prior to being rescued, the police had received several tip-offs about her whereabouts. Chief Sinagra had revealed that they were informed on a number of times that the child was inside Shultis Sr.'s house in Saugerties, upstate New York. However, each time that the authorities had come up to investigate, both Senior and Junior had denied any knowledge about the little girl's whereabouts. Now, if you're thinking why the police didn't do more, the thing is they did. At times they were allowed into the house to look around and search for the girl, but according to the officers' comments, there had been several instances where those checking in were not allowed into the bedroom areas or in the basement. However, given that there was no factual basis for the tip-offs, it was difficult for the officers to obtain a warrant to fully be able to search the property without being denied access to certain areas. That all changed in February 2022 when they had gathered enough factual information, which in turn was enough for them to secure a warrant. As CNN reported, on the day that they had found the girl, uniformed officers had been stationed outside of the house to ensure that no one would leave or enter the property before the police were able to execute their warrant. This time the residents were not allowed to deny the officers entry to any part of the property, and so a thorough search was carried out, and one of the main areas that they were keen to investigate was the basement, where previously on countless occasions they were denied entry. They had found what looked like to be an apartment that included a bedroom with Paislee's name on the wall and a bed that appeared to have been slept in. Of course, seeing this, officers had asked whether the child was there, but once again the answer was the same. The residents denied that anyone had lived there, and they claimed the room was set up like that in case the little girl was ever found and returned to her family. However, what they had found next shocked not only them, but anyone following the case. Having finally obtained a warrant for the search, the officers weren't given up that easily and decided to check every single nook and cranny. It was roughly an hour and a half into the search when Detective Eric Thiele had taken a closer look at the wooden staircase in the basement. As Chief Sinagra later told CNN, his colleague couldn't exactly tell what had made him stop, but there was something that bothered him about it. So, deciding to act on his hunch, he decided to point his flashlight at the spot where the stair met the riser, and there he saw what he believed was a blanket. After alerting his co-workers, they began to disassemble the staircase, and as they were removing the steps, they saw a set of little feet. They belonged to Paislee, who was hidden under the stairs with her non-custodial mother, huddled in a nest of pillows and blankets. The living conditions in which the girl was found in were described as wet and cold. While it is unknown, investigators believe that the space was used more than once, and the now 6-year-old would be hidden in there every time that officers had previously visited the residence. It has been speculated that the woman and the child were hidden under those stairs since the police arrived outside of the home, which would have meant that they could have been hiding in there for up to 5 hours at a time, if not longer. According to the latest reports, today the little girl is safe and has been reunited with her legal guardian and older sister, yet there are still many things that the investigators have been trying to piece together. Over that time, Paislee was not able to attend school, and as the chief of police explained it, it is unclear whether she had seen a doctor since her disappearance in 2019. It is also unknown what kind of long-lasting effects the ordeal would have on the child. However, experts have commented that they believe the trauma will manifest itself in one way or another, possibly even several years down the line. So while we know the girl is alive and well, what has happened to her captors? As per the media reports, the girl's biological mother, Kimberly Cooper, was arrested along with her non-custodial father and grandfather. The woman was charged with second-degree custodial interference and endangering the welfare of a child. According to law enforcement, both are misdemeanors, and she has since been released on bail. Kirk Shultis Sr. and Jr. were each charged with custodial misdemeanor, and both were indicted and released on their own recognizance. All 3 defendants were ordered by the court to stay away from the child. Once all was done, officers who were present during the search of the property had commented on the fact that Paislee did not make a sound while they were there in the house, and that knowing what they know now, the silence was eerie to them. And while Chief Sinagra is happy that the child is safe, he noted that the case was tragic for another reason, as whatever the reason that her parents lost custody of their children was, it surely could have been rectified by now. However, with what had happened, this will be a major setback for them. Investigators had also pointed out that it was thanks to the tip from a community member that the rescue was possible. For many, this has given hope that no matter how much time has passed, one day they will get information with regards to their loved ones who had gone missing, or even find answers to famous cases such as what happened to Madeleine McCann. So curious, what are your thoughts on what happened? Do you think the parents should completely lose their custody rights? What are your thoughts on where she was being kept? And do you think that one day we'll get the answers with regards to what happened to the McCann girl? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.